Hello Leo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your September 2020 money and career reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you would like to know about any of the cards I use, they are all in the description box below. Okay. So now before we start this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds, feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Leo, September 2020 money and career. Leo, September 2020 money and career. Leo, September 2020 money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly. Fantastic. Now before we turn these over, let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Leo, September 2020 money and career. Leo, September 2020 money and career. Leo, September 2020 money and career. Leo, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Those three. So we have here play. This is the heart chakra, and this is opening your heart to play, to joy, to laughter. You're going to be taking this time very seriously, and Spirit is saying, do not forget to let joy in. Do not forget to feed your heart, because that will be something that you will overlook. You'll sit there and think, oh, that's nonsense. It's not really going to get anything done. But if you come to things with a calm, centered self, if you come to things, revitalized and energized and joyful within your heart, within your soul, you're going to see that doors really do open. You're going to see that you see things more clearly, and that there's a radiance from your heart that calls people around you. And that's going to be very beautiful, ooh, goodness, and very beneficial for you. And then we have universal light. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. This is the light of your truth. This is the light of passion. This is the light of the universe shining down on you. And if you see here, you might see the star, this source of the light that's shining out. This is you, right? And it comes down through you into the earth, into the self, but it radiates from you. So this universal light is going to give you confidence. It is going to give you, again, healing. It is going to give you power, understanding, and it is going to center. So during this time, it's going to be very easy for you to want to say, oh, this is nonsense. I don't need to center myself. I just need to keep on pushing. I just need to succeed. I just need to achieve. But if you forget about you, it's like a house made of cards. Everything falls. So don't forget about you. And then we have here self-mastery. This is the solar plexus chakra. And this is saying that you have a very strong gut awareness of things. This is as you master yourself, as you become beautiful within your eyes. And that's going to be something very interesting, because the beauty that we embrace within our own eyes for ourselves is different. We're much harsher critics to ourselves than we are to anybody else. But falling into alignment with your heart, your soul, your passion, your desire is going to open up your world. It's also going to calm you. It's going to center you. And it's going to let you see things a lot more clearly. Listen to your gut reaction, right? That is going to be astoundingly beneficial. And listen to the bigger picture that you are actually seeing. You have instinct. You have beautiful instinct here, Leo. Do not throw it away by being rash. Now the left-hand side, this is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self, and the right-hand side is your public self. So let's see what they have to say. We have the Queen of Fire, you shining through brightly right here as a queen. So this gives you more movement. This is a sense of also you being more behind the scenes during this time. Then we have the Hermit, which is a Virgo energy, a time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. This is going to be very powerful energy, especially for those of you who are cusp babies with Virgo. All right, that Virgo steadiness is really going to be shining through, and it can bring a bit of timidity, which you're going to kind of war with yourself with, because Leo, you're of action and Virgo is of planning. So if you have these two things come together, it'll be perfect. But if you are in constant battle with these two sides of yourself, it can make things a little bit more stressful than you need them to be. You have Justice coming in. This is a Libra energy, September 23rd to October 22nd. And you have the Fool. So what I love is that you have 3 major arcana cards, and you have you right here as a queen. So this is a very powerful time for you. This is a very intense time. Major arcana cards show the things that punch. Yeah, they show the heavy hitters. That's what I'm seeing here. Just things that are heavy hitters, just like a punch to the system. And as you're moving forward, you might sit there and say, well, I don't want a punch to the system, but you are embracing your majesty, your monarchy of self, your divine right on this earth to be who you are and to achieve the way that you envision. And that's going to be highly powerful. It leads you to the Magician, crowning your heart. I love it. You are taking the gift of the Ace of Fire with the Queen of Fire right here. This is a gift just for you, but also with the Magician. So you're taking this in multifaceted ways for yourself, your passion, your creativity. And then we have the Messenger of Water, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is the Knight of Cups in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. You are going to be getting insight and information from the smallest source, but that is absolutely huge for you. And then you have Temptation, which is the Devil card, which is Capricorn energy, December 22nd to January 19th. This is breaking the chains that bind you. And this is facing addictions, doubts, fears, angers, despairs, patterns that we have within our life. And they don't have to be addictions like, drugs and alcohol and gambling. They can very well be addictions that just lessen the quality of our existence. It can be self-doubt. It can be worrying. I mean, I am a queen worrier. So right here, that would be one of the things that would jump out at me. And so here with the temptation, it's like we are tempted to worry, to doubt, to fear, to question every single step we take. Is that how you want to spend your life? Because you're breaking chains. And you might not fit in with the rest of the world. And if you've stumbled upon this page, there's a high likelihood that you don't. But you're you. And you should let your uniqueness and your power shine. Then we have the 5 of Fire. Okay, this is conflict. Conflict for the sake of conflict. It can be self-doubt. It can be arguments with other people that start off small, become big. but it's facing them. Here, it's saying that as you walk in the public arena, yes, you can be overwhelmed, and yes, you will doubt yourself. But here with the powerhouse of the Magician and the Queen of Wands, you continue to walk. And then we have the Sun. Beauty, joy, happiness is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. The Seven of Wands, choose your battles wisely. All right? And you have the Ten of Water, which is absolutely amazing, and they all live happily ever after. And who doesn't want a happily ever after? That is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Let's see the people who will be aiding you during this time. Who are the people who will be aiding Leo? September 2020, money and career. Who are the people who will be aiding Leo? September 2020, money and career. Who are the people who will be aiding Leo? September 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels, ooh, cool. And spirit guides. Those three. 3 chakras, 3 people to be mindful of. Things happen in patterns of 3 for you during this time, which is very beautiful because that is a divine number and it's a divine pattern. So you have the moon. This is Pisces energy. This is feel the fear and do it anyway. This is looking at what you desire from life, looking at what you want and going for it. And this is a person that really helps you see that. This is a person who flat out says, you know, I'm afraid, you know, I didn't want to do this. I get overwhelmed, you know, and who helps you realize that instead of it being just me, oh my gosh, this is just me, it's everybody. It's everybody, and that's astoundingly freeing, right? The time frame of Pisces, February 19th to March 20th. I don't know if I said that before, but this is a person who also has this tremendous depth of soul, this tremendous passion, this tremendous way of being, the way of diving into the waters of humanity and seeing things clearly, but also kind of overwhelmingly at times. So this can be a person who you yourself might look at and be like, why are they always so overwhelmed? And that's because they see not just the surface, they see deep into the deepest depth of the ocean. And that is where we can never go. And sometimes that's where we run from. And so here with the moon, and I'm just seeing the reflective light of the moon off of the water, it illuminates so much more. And not being afraid of shadows, and an understanding that it is the shading of life. Yeah, it is the shading that gives things dimension. It's simply being one-dimensional, lifeless. It's it being so much more. And these people, the people to be mindful of and the people who aid, they do not have to be people that you know in real life. They can inspire you in a myriad and endless ways. And you might never know that they're a Pisces, but they bring up this energy, or that they have strong Pisces within their chart. But they bring up this energy within you, or they call to the Pisces within your chart, which is really cool. And then we have the strength. This is you. Okay, this is Leo energy, so this can be a fellow Leo. This is, of course, the time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. You are going to see here that strength is through love. And that's going to be so important to you, Leo. And that is a very important thing to you as you evolve, Leo. And you might find that your perception of things have changed over time. When you were younger, it was more the brute force. The more you could achieve, the more you could get, the more you could succeed and have people see it, the happier and more abundant you felt within yourself. And now it's like, listen, I see the truth of what I want. I see where I'm going, and I am heading there. And that's it, period, end of discussion. And so here with the strength card, you are looking at that strength of self. And this person is showing you that it's not brute force strength. It's not accumulating more that makes you strong. It is the power of the heart and the beauty of the soul. And that you really love. That really speaks to you. And then we have the Princess of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You have Virgo and Capricorn here within the reading. And this is somebody who is young or has a very youthful energy about them. This is somebody who studies prosperity. This is somebody who looks at things and doesn't just simply act to act, goes after what they want, but builds. It's kind of like, they build. It's kind of like shading colors together, okay? And it's layering and it's blending, and it takes a heck of a lot more time. But the end result is absolutely worth it. And that's what you're seeing with this person. This person, sits there and looks at the way things are interconnected and really blends them together and blends their life together. And that's going to be something that you find inspirational. It's just not, it's just not kind of like a one-trick pony. That's not what this person is. This person sees the layers and really goes after and appreciates the layers of things. Now, as you're moving forward, okay, and as you're seeing this being inspired, you have the Queen of Fire coming forward. You have you starting off, your inner self. This is a time, because you have the Hermit right here, this is a time of self-reflection, finding justice within yourself before you begin a new journey. And you might think yourself foolish. You might sit there and say, you know what, this is a time where I should be acting. This is a time of money. This is a time of prosperity. This is a time to focus on my career and how other people see my career and how I want to build my career. But with the Queen of Fire, what you are going to see here is that you are embracing your prosperity. You are embracing the power that you have to move you forward. And you are going to be seeing that you are no longer held back, that you can move more freely and honestly, but you have to think things through. This isn't just blind action. This is being... Cunning is not the right word. It's like having strong... Spirit keeps on saying preparation, but to say here, this is a preparation, well, it is kind of. It is a preparation time. It is a time where you are looking at the ways that you are having everything fall together, and you're seeing the power that you possess. You're seeing the desire that you have. You're seeing the way you want things to move forward. And as you do so, there's passion, there's distinction, and you are embracing your heart right here. And as you are embracing your heart, there's a light being shown. Yeah, that is shining upon it, that is showing you, the way to walk forward, the way that you desire. And people might be overlooking you. And I know no Leo likes to hear that. People might be overlooking you during this time, but they are definitely knowing your presence. So you might think, wow, I'm being ignored. But what's really happening is that you're operating on a higher level, or you're looking at things and you're kind of ahead of them. So this can bring a bit of frustration to you. But this is also a time where you don't want everybody kind of falling around you. You just don't, because you have the Hermit. And this is a time where you need to think, where you need to plan, where you need to call things forward, because you have this power here. You have this freedom of movement. You have this kind of curiosity, a cat's curiosity of the mind, and you are seeing the way that you want to move forward, that you desire. And as you do so, you're going to find that you find the keys to the doorways. And you're going to be opening up. It's kind of like having a long corridor. And you're going to be finding that you can open up the doors to different places, different experiences, different understandings. Now, of course, during this time within the world, this isn't the most advantageous time to go and explore. But this is a profoundly advantageous time to explore the inner truth, the inner passion, your inner desire, and the way that you want to move forward. And so here, as you pull in, you are going to see that you are seeing truth, that you are seeing, that you are gaining an understanding that is profound, that is deep, and that is absolutely yours. And so here, as you burn bright with the fire of passion, as you burn bright with this desire for action, you are also going to burn bright here with at your roots, with the need to really have yourself grounded, to make sure that you are building the best life for yourself. So this is a time where you can be getting ready to make a shift, okay? Change something. It doesn't have to be anything big, but it is going to be big for you. Like, other people might look at it and say, well, that's no big deal. Why were you nervous? What were you talking about? But it's a shift for you that is profound and that is powerful. And that's what you're doing right here. It leads you more towards success, but it also leads you to a place you hadn't expected. So don't expect to know as the journey unfolds. Don't expect, because you're going to have this gut reaction, but it's going to be more instinctual. It's kind of like, okay, don't do that. Don't walk down that road, or stuff like that. Listen to your gut, listen to yourself, because you're going to be steering yourself very well, but you're not going to be able to see the big picture why. And that can be very frustrating, but you just you just need to trust yourself, your angels, your spirit guides, that you are being moved forward in the proper direction, because you have justice coming in, and you are finding this justice within yourself, this balance, this cutting through doubts and fears, this knowing where you stand and what you stand for. And as you do so, you are also going to find that, that's interesting, the letter of the law is not always going to be justice. And that's what you're going to find here. As you turn inward, it's kind of like, okay, well, what is the justice for me? How do I see this? How do I need this? How am I moving forward? And it's not being egocentric, Leo. It is being just to yourself. And it is saying, what do I desire to spread my wings and fly? How do I know that my angels are protecting me and guarding me? What is the light around me? And as you move forward, you're also finding justice for yourself. This is a time where if you have been beating yourself up over anything, because Leo, you are definitely not a sign that likes to make mistakes. I mean, no sign does, no person likes to make mistakes, but some kind of roll with the punches a bit easier, especially as you're developing. You see mistakes as a failure of character, a failure of self. And even if you are super developed along your journey, you can find yourself falling into those patterns. It's kind of like, my gosh, why didn't I, do better? Why did I drop the ball type of thing? You have to not be so hard on yourself. You have to be just to you and to the power and to the beauty of you. And as you do so, you have the Fool right here. And the Fool here is an unexpected journey. It can also be a longing for something that isn't quite what it seems. All right? So what I'm seeing here is that there is something where you're sitting there and saying, okay, I'm going to go on this journey. I want this in my life. I'm starting this new chapter, this new road, this new powerful self. And as I am starting it, I'm going to be changing my mind about a couple of things. And you might sit there and not be happy about that, because these could be things that you thought kind of were gospel truth. But they weren't. They might have been society's gospel truth. They might have been other people's gospel truths, but they weren't yours. And you're beginning this journey of looking at what you want. And now we're talking about career and we're talking about money, which are very important things, right? But you are looking at things here and you're saying, how do I move forward for me? How do I embrace my soul and myself and my power and my understanding? Because by doing so, by walking an authentic path, even if that authentic path is not walked upon, at your career, okay, or in your job could be the job. You do it, it pays the bills, and that's what it is. But your passion, okay, is something else. Your passion, lays brightly before you. And that's going to be something where you start walking down that road a bit more. You start carving out time for it a bit more. You start embracing you a bit more. And you're beginning this hero's journey. And we always think of heroes, kind of like Hercules. They have to be grand. They have to be over the top. It doesn't have to be an over the top hero. It can be a very small hero. It's kind of like that. Yeah, what I'm seeing here is it's like that story of the lion and the mouse. And the lion has a thorn caught in his paw, and he cannot get the thorn out. He just can't. It's too small. He's not dexterous enough, and he can't do it. And this little tiny mouse comes up to him, and he's terrified. He's like, oh my gosh, I accidentally walked by a lion. And he asks the lion what's wrong with him. The lion's crying, and the lion says, I have a thorn in my paw, and I can't get it out. And the mouse gets out the thorn, because he is dexterous enough. He is small enough to get it right in there. And he becomes the lion's hero. And so here, you're going to think, as we all think, this has to be something grand. This fool's journey, this beginning of my hero's journey has to be grand. It doesn't. It doesn't have to be grand. It has to be powerful and profound, and you might not know it right away. But it can also be simply taking that small step and getting that small bit of help that is life-changing, that moves you forward, that is your mouse, the tending to the small things, the embrace of the heart, the soul, the self. and it trumpets to you. It begins. The beginning leads to the heart. And I love this. The 0, okay, the Fool is 0 in the major arcana, and then the Magician is 1. This is your inner magic, your inner power. And this is using all the elements at your disposal. This is knowing that there is more out there than we can possibly imagine. And as you stand before the altar of your creation, as all magicians do, this is being very public. So even though there are times where you sit there and you'll really literally, you're going to think, they don't see me, this isn't working the way I need it to. People do see you. People do take note. Nobody can ignore the magician. They just can't. And so here with your heart, you are seeing yourself come together. You are seeing your passion and your desire move you forward. You are seeing that as above, so below. As you think it, so it becomes. And what you're not seeing, because you are embracing this magic, this sense of powerful self, what you're not seeing is that people start to gravitate towards you. People start to see you in a different light. They start to speak to you differently. They start to, be around you differently. You might actually find that some people don't like being around you at all. Why? Because the magician and authenticity of self can be very off-putting to other people. It really can. And so with the magician here, you are calling forward your power. And as above, so below, as you believe it, so it becomes. In your emotional state, in your emotional self, be very mindful and be very aware of how you think of you. Because the magician is you creating. The magician is you cultivating. And what you feed yourself is what you get back. So the words and the knowledge that you feed yourself is the knowledge and the words that you get back. But more in depth, more powerful. So here with the magician, right? If you say, I'm powerful, I am determined, I am doing great in my job, I am moving forward, I am, I'm on my way, I'm doing what I love, I am really moving myself in the direction that I want, you will get that back. But if you say, I hate this, I can't do this anymore, I'm sad, I'm sorrowful, it's too much. Those are the words that will power you. And sometimes it is too much. Sometimes we walk down the wrong path and we know it as we're walking it. We're like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. But it's the only option we have at that time. It's a path that we had to walk in order to learn a tremendous amount about ourselves. And so here with the magician, you are transforming yourself. Think of the magician also as the alchemist who transmutates lead into gold. And now, yes, you could sit there and say, okay, they really turned lead into gold. But you could also look at it as an allegory for ourselves, where we are pieces of lead and we turn ourselves into a precious metal that people fight over, okay? That is highly valued. And that is what you're doing here with your heart, with yourself. And it leads you to the Ace of Fire. This is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift, Leo, just for you. It's a gift of creativity. It's a gift of instinct. It's a gift of passion. It's a gift of desire. It's a gift of the reason you get out of bed in the morning. And you take it 2 times. You take it in your inner self to embrace your power and to stand before your altar. And you take it as the queen of your existence, as the person who is able to rule with their head held high and determination in their souls and in themselves. Think of this as your walking stick. Think of this as the gift that guides you, that kind of comes before you as you are moving forward, as you are traversing the trail. And you might sit there and think, well, a walking stick is funny. Why would you need a walking stick? Well, if you've ever gone hiking, you know that a walking stick is kind of very valuable, and you might actually find yourself more times than not, picking up a nice stick in the woods and using it as a walking stick if you do not have one. And here, this is what guides you forward. This is the passion, this is the light. And it's like a walking stick and a torch at the exact same time. It illuminates your path and it helps steady your footing. And you're taking this, and as you do so, the passion, moves within you. As you do so, you feel more enlightened, you feel more determined, you feel as if there's something more that you are moving towards, which can also bring frustration, but it brings you to the Knight of Water. And so at your heart, you're being told here that you defend what you love. You defend what you desire. And the most powerful information and the most powerful changes are going to come from the smallest and most unlikely sources. Just again, like the lion and the mouse fable. And so here, you are going to find that you move forward slowly because the Knight of Cups is the second slowest moving knight. But you move forward truthfully and honestly. This is a time of great introspection. This is a time of really connecting. And this is also a time where you might find yourself with your work and with your money having to defend what you believe in, having to stand in justice for yourself and say, this is my heart and this is what I want. People might not understand what you're doing, but choose your battles wisely. Because if you don't, you're going to find that you get into one fight after another, because they don't understand. And it can very well feel like, as you move forward, that you're speaking different languages. You're speaking different languages, and people expect you to understand them, and you expect them to understand you. And this is stepping back and saying, I just need to know that I'm moving forward the right way for me. And that's it, period. End of discussion. And it moves you to temptation. It moves you to this sense of, am I doing the right thing? It moves you to wanting to fall back into old, very negative habits, or to really lean on the crutches of addictions. And so here, what you are seeing is you're seeing yourself rise. You're seeing yourself saying no. And with this, you are seeing the strings of the puppeteer. And this could be societal strings. This could be things that you thought were super important, but you don't know exactly why anymore because it's not what you want. You've grown, you've evolved. And sometimes we think that that's very sad, or we can feel very sad that what we once wanted, like let's say you want to be famous because that's the most common thing that people want to be. But now let's say you don't want to be famous anymore. You just don't. You want to do what you love and do it well. And it does not matter if everybody knows your name or not. And it can feel as if, wow, I gave up on that dream for me. I gave up on everybody knowing me. And that everybody knowing your name can transform into any sort of arena. It doesn't have to be an actor or a musician or anything like that. It can be a very private arena of work, of people, knowing you, taking note of the passion and the power that you hold. And here, you're saying, nobody needs to know this but me. And I'm walking on this earthly plane, empowered by myself, empowered by my soul, empowered by my truth. And that becomes something very, very, very powerful and very meaningful for you. So your heart is seeing your power, and it's saying, I don't need to prove myself to anybody else. So in the public arena where you are moving to, this can lead to doubts, especially within work, where you're sitting there and you're thinking, well, I'm just not going to be that successful. I'm just not going to be able to do it. And there's something here where it's like, oh, yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are able to do it. Quiet the conflict and start moving forward in determination and dedication and start embracing you, because that's going to change the game for you. That's going to open the doors up to you. And if you're too busy with the internal struggles and doubts and fears, then beauty can pass you by, and you don't want that. Because for your career, you are really here focusing on something gorgeous, and you have the Sun card coming in where it's like, this is happiness, this is joy, this is success, this is bounty, this is beauty, this is abundance, this is breathtaking. And as the Sun comes in and people see that you have this little battle with yourself going on, it can't even be that people try to trip you up because you have the 5 of fire, the 5 of wands, and you have the 7 of wands, that people try to trip you up. They try to sit there and make you think, like, who the heck do you think you are? Don't fight every fight. But they see the sun shining within you. They see this passion at your core. Now, you're a fire sign energy, so you have passion at your core anyway. Think of the sun in the sky, that warms the earth, our closest star. Think of the core of the earth that warms the earth, and it keeps everything going. And so here, you are having that power shine even brighter. You always shine with it, but now it is not tarnished at all by the passing of years and the negativity of others. And so you shine bright, and people sit there and think, well, why not me? And it happens as you turn inward. It's like you turn inward, you see the keys to unlock the path. You start to embrace your passion, your desire. You have this gift from divinity coming forward as you are the magician, as you claim yourself, and as you claim what you want from life. And it makes you shine as brightly as the sun. This gift from this divinity, this turning inwards and being able to see it, makes you shine brighter than the sun. And that's cool because ace is 1, right? And the hermit is number 9. And of course, the sun card is 19 in the major arcana. So you have 1 and 9 coming together to make this 19, to make this sun, this glory, this brilliance, and this truth. And it leads you to the 7 of fire. It leads you to be very confident within yourself. But it also leads you to sitting there and saying, I'm not going to take other people's bull. And this can lead us to being confrontational because that's how we're taught, to be in this world. It's like, okay, if you do not want to be taken advantage of, strike first. And here with these people who don't understand, a lot of these people, Leo, they'll never understand you. They'll never get it. They'll never see what you see. It won't be their passion, their power, their beauty, their truth. It just won't be. But it is yours. Don't back down. Absolutely right. Right? Especially with coworkers and with progressing within your career. Right? But don't step on every stone because it will drain your energy so fast you won't know what hit you. And once you have that stand, which is a very hard balance to have, you have the 10 of water. You have the 10 of cups. This is, and they all live happily ever after. This is joy, this is peace, this is happiness, this is prosperity, this is brilliance, and this is truth. And this is me. That is what you're saying to yourself. This is me. This is a happy family. This is a happy self. This is however you want your future to be manifested. This is joy within it. And that is what you're going after during this time. And that is what you're embracing. And so during this time, there are times where you're going to have to say no to things because there are too many burdens placed on top of you. And it's going against the essence of yourself, and you're not being just to you by taking more on and more on. There are times here where you have to listen to your heart and not be pulled by the expectations or, the societal norms and sit there and say, no, I need this. I need this for me. Because it's going to help your career. Now, this isn't just running away. This isn't saying, oh, well, I'm running away from my responsibilities. I'm running away from all of this and just doing what I want. I am a firm believer in responsibilities. They shape us. They mold us. They give us a purpose. And this is looking at your purpose, but also saying, I need my heart and my soul to be connected. And as you are connecting it, you are warding off demons from the past. You are embracing a new truth and a new power, and it shines brightly. It says here, don't go back to being the first to fight. Okay? Kind of like, I'll get you before you get me type of mentality. We all have that, the fight or flight mentality. It's like, stand in your truth, know your worth, because prosperity comes. And your happily ever after is for you alone. It does not mean that the rest of the world has to look at it and be like, wow, Leo, you're so lucky, I'm so jealous. They are jealous. But your happiness gets to be molded and sculpted and formed for you, not for them. Let's go deeper. Leo, September 2020, money and career. Leo, September 2020, money and career. Leo, September 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Fantastic. And now let's see the people you are to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people Leo is to be mindful of? September 2020, money and career. Who are the people Leo is to be mindful of? September 2020, money and career. Who are the people Leo is to be mindful of? September 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels, ooh, goodness. Okay, these 4 So we start here with the Prince of Pentacles. Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody who is a defender, okay? This is somebody who moves astoundingly slowly. And again, this doesn't have to be somebody you know in real life, but you do have to be mindful of this person and the knowledge, the information, the energy you get from them. This is a person who Spirit is saying, this is a person who isn't moving correctly for you. They are moving too slowly. They aren't seeing your same vision, and they aren't planting the seeds that will help you, okay? They are planting the seeds that will help them. And if you get caught up in what they are doing, all right, it can be that if you know this person, you are doing the bulk of the work. And it can also be that if you are following this person's advice, that you're not the same. You know, so the way that you manifest your power and your prosperity is not the same. So just be mindful of that. You're going to think, oh my gosh, I'm wrong. And the fact of the matter is you're not. It's just that you guys are very different. You have this Scorpio energy. This is a time frame, October 23rd to November 21st. This is a person who is secretive. This is a person who doesn't want to share their ideas with you. And this is a person who kind of is working in the shadows. And that's going to be something where you're going to sit there and you're either going to want to help them out or know what they are doing or do something to that effect. And they just keep on pulling away. And you're going to sit there and think, oh, wow, it's something I did. You know, I'm doing this wrong or something like that. And it's like, no, they're just going to be pulling away because that's who they are. And then we have here the star, which is Aquarius energy, January 20th to February 18th. This is a person who is pouring the waters into the world. This is the person who is looking at the bigger picture, the bigger connection, and is looking at the waters of others. But they're not looking at themselves. And so they could be a bit of a mess, okay, while they are just giving and giving. And this is going to be a person that makes you feel like you're not giving enough, that makes you feel like you're not focusing on what you truly want or what's truly the best for the world, or kind of says things like, you know, those people who sit there and say, well, I take this very seriously. And just by the way they say it, it implies that you do not. And it's rude. And this is going to be this person. It's kind of like, well, when I decided to do this, I decided that I was going to do it, you know, full-heartedly. And you're going to look at them and be like, well, did you just call me a slacker? You're like, rude. And so just be mindful of this person because they will make you question. They really will. They'll make you question. And they'll make you doubt what you're doing. And you shouldn't. Yeah, and then we have the King of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is a person who is more than willing and more than ready to jump up and tell you that you are wrong, to redirect the whole stage of things. And this is a person who is just like, the people you have to be mindful of during this time, they either want to take over, like the King of Wands, he does want to take over, or they're just not interested in what you're interested in. And they can make you feel like you've done something wrong when when you haven't. So this is more, they're not going to be actually like coming up against you so much. The King of Wands can be. You can be very much butting heads with another fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But this is a person, these are people who make you question what you are doing, make you question if you're doing it right, make you question your motives and motivations for moving forward. And that is going to be something, it brings more of an internal battle. And yeah, it happens more in the public arena here. And that's where the Five of Swords, the Five of Wands come in, because you have these four people making you doubt you. So that equals five. And so that's what it's saying here. We have the Ace of Voice. This is the Ace of Swords in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. You have the Herephint. Now you have all the earth sign energies showing up. This is a Taurus energy. Now you have the Death card, which is a Scorpio energy. So you have a negative Scorpio and you have a positive Scorpio right here for you. Then we have the Nine of Emotions, the Nine of Cups, blessings coming in over the Magician. That is absolutely beautiful. And the Ace of Wands. The Three of Inspiration, the Three of Wands here, okay? it's like the blessings come in, and then you start to knock down the rows like dominoes. Things start to fall into place, and you start to see your world expanding, especially career-wise. The Eight of Inspiration, like once it starts, man, does it happen fast. It's like, whoa. It brings you to the Six of Inspiration, a celebration of self, a celebration of soul, a celebration of beauty. The Five of Material, the Five of Pentacles. There's a doubt. There's a doubt here that you deserve this wealth, you deserve this prosperity. And you are walking away from what you once thought you would love. You are walking away from what no longer suits you. And that's going to be very powerful. The way I always see the Eight of emotions, the Eight of Cups, it is like a really beautiful pair of shoes that hurt like the dickens and you cannot wear, or are so expensive you don't want to put them on, or just kind of like you're not using them for the way that they need to be used, or the way that they were supposed to be used, because they're not right for you. They don't fit into your life. They don't fit, quite literally, with the shoes that hurt. So just be mindful of that, where there's no need to feel ashamed or to feel as if you've wasted. You haven't. It's been a learning experience. You haven't wasted time. You haven't wasted energy. You've learned so much more. And that's what empowers you. The Ace of Voice is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of knowledge, understanding, and cutting through doubts and fears. You aren't taking it right away. You're just not. Because I don't have, well, you might be taking it in your subconscious message, but I don't have here you, excuse me, you taking this gift right away, because there is no court card here with it. So this is permeating every single aspect of this time. This is what you're seeing the deeper knowledge of. And I just saw here, oh my gosh, which is so cool. As I was looking and the card was down, okay, if you can see here, there's her face, but I'm seeing another face right here. And that is the Ace of Swords around you. That is divinity handing you a gift of knowledge and understanding, because it's crowned above her. All right? And so this knowledge and understanding is crowned above you. And it is something that is separate, but is also an integral part of you during this time. It leads you to the Herephint. It leads you to a connection with self. This is April 20th to May 20th is the Taurus time frame, which is the Herephint, represented by the Herephint in the major arcana. And here, you have to stay true to yourself. As you turn inward, you have the Hermit, you have justice. You have to be just to yourself, and you have to stay true to what you believe and what you desire and what you want and what you need as you move forward. Because you're going to have a very distinct feeling like, oh, I'm wrong. I have to change this. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're doing things differently, but you're doing things authentically to you. If you feel as if what you are doing is going against every single aspect of your soul and your being, like kind of like nails on a chalkboard, then yes, you have to walk away. You have to step back. You have to reassess. But you do have the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new, which is very much like the Eight of Cups. This transformation, this understanding, but also this great equalizer is coming forward. And it's as you start your new journey, and as you are being just to yourself, you're seeing things transform. You're seeing things become. You're seeing yourself transform and become. And as you do so, there are gifts that are around you with the Nine of Cups. There are gifts that are around you that are beautiful, that are graceful, that you shine brightly with. And you are going to be the last person to see that you have these gifts. But there are also gifts that move you towards what you have wished for, what you have longed for, and what you deeply desire. Start to see this. Start to give yourself credit, because it is the magic and the blessings that are coming in, that are shining brightly around you. And that's why people might be treating you a bit differently, but it is because you are not like them. And you are shining with a grace that they cannot ignore. With the Three of Inspirations, emotionally, doors are opening up. Things get lined up like dominoes right here with the Eight of Inspiration. And all of a sudden, things start to fall into place. Things fall into place. You see them falling into place, and you are kind of stepping back, and you're like, oh my gosh, am I ready for this? And it's like, well, ready or not, here it comes. Here it comes. So be prepared. Be prepared for the way that you're moving forward. because it's going to take your breath away, but it's also going to be exactly what you need. You have the repeat of the number 5, right? This is a freedom number. This is also things being resolved more quickly than you thought they would be. You have the repeat of the number 8. This is a very serious number. You're very serious about the way that you're moving forward, about what you want, about your career and yourself and your desires. This is also a number of good luck. So luck is around you and upon you. And this is also a number of femininity. So feminine energy is around you, guiding you, gracing you, moving with you. Then we have the 6 of inspiration. How are you celebrating yourself? Is it always, I can't believe what a failure you are. I can't believe you dropped the ball again. I can't believe that we had this plan in my head, and I'm not there yet. The years are ticking away, and I'll never get there. Or is it, wow, look how much I've accomplished. Look how far I've come. Look at who I am and what I desire. And let me celebrate me. Think of yourself as the boss of your world, right? And so you have yourself either being that boss that always puts you down, always yells and screams, you're never good enough, you'll never be good enough, that type of boss. Do you work hard for that person? No. Do you like going into work and seeing that person? No. Are you the boss that says good job, that compliments you when you do something well? And even when you're struggling, instead of saying, oh my gosh, how stupid can you be, says, okay, yeah, this is tricky, and it took me a moment to get it. Let's puzzle this out together. It makes you feel like a valued human being. What type of boss are you for you? How are you moving yourself forward? The 6 of Wands is saying, move yourself forward in inspiration. Move yourself forward in grace and in beauty, because you're done with a cycle of being a pauper. You are. From rags to riches, okay? Grace and blessings. But there's a part of you that will think, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve wealth. I don't deserve prosperity. I don't deserve bounty. I have messed up, and I need to punish myself. And it can be a deep, dark, subconscious place. Or it can be, money's hard to get. I grew up hearing, you could say this yourself, I grew up hearing that we don't have enough money. We're never going to have enough money. I remember in my house, this talks about money and it being scary. And we take that in as we grow. And then money becomes something that's scary. Bills become something that's terrifying. Life becomes overwhelming. And it's like, well, this wasn't my story. It's just what seeped into my mind as a child. And you are finding yourself breaking that loop, breaking the fact that you cannot walk through to the richer side of the world, to the richer side of your existence. And now you're seeing you can. Where are those doubts and those fears? What is the negativity that is holding you back? And you are no longer being ruled by it. And it moves you to the 8 of emotions. The 8 of emotions is you're walking away from what you once thought you would love. You're walking away and you're saying, you know what, no, I need to move forward. I need to move towards me. And this is an ending. For some, it is an ending as severe as a divorce. And what's so interesting here is you have the 10 of water and you have the you have the 10 of cups and the 8 of cups. The 8 of cups is an end. The 8 of cups is like, absolutely no, sir. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm moving away and I'm embracing what I need to embrace, or I'm seeing things differently. And then the 10 of water is the 10 of cups, is the happily ever after. The 8 of cups is the emotional hurt that had to get us there. And the 10 of cups is the blessings that come because we took those steps. And that's what you are seeing. And that's what you are embracing. Now let's see what your spirit animals say for this time. Leo, September 2020, money and career. Leo, September 2020, money and career. Leo, September 2020, money and career. Leo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Fantastic. These two. So we have here the frog spirit. Clear out the clutter. Clear out the clutter of your mind. Clear out the clutter of doubts and fears. It can also be clearing out the clutter in your life. You might be sitting there and steadily getting more annoyed at it. And instead of seeing things as treasures, you see things as clutter. And so here, it's like I'm clearing out the clutter. I'm clearing out the clutter of my doubt and of my fear so that I am able to move forward to where I need to be. And as you clear out the clutter, right, frog is also, fully rely on God. So here it can also be relying on divinity, knowing that things happen in divine time and not in our time. And that becomes spectacular, because it releases burdens, but it also lets us know that we're still moving forward the right way. And then we have the Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. We're not supposed to know everything. Let life be a mystery. And let it be a mystery that you are attempting to see fully. Let it be something that you are discovering fully and honestly for yourself. Now, your subconscious message with your spirit animals is the giraffe spirit. See the bigger picture. See the bigger picture. See what it is that you want. Don't get caught up in the minutia. Look at your bigger plan because you are being guided towards it and it is guiding you. Ooh, goodness. And then we have here your subconscious people message, the Princess of Wands. Well, you're a fire sign energy. And the Princess of Wands is you coming to things with inspiration and insight and understanding and being ignited with it. Okay, passion and power and coming to things with a beginner's mind, with a sense of I'm not being held back and I'm not going to let the past dictate my future. You then have your subconscious chakra message, which is peace, the crown chakra. You want to be crowned with peace. You want your crown. Think of the crown that a king or a queen wears, or however you see yourself. What is your crown made of? You want it to be made of peace during this time, and you need to work, meditate, connect with your inner self to be able to have that crown be of peace instead of doubt and fear, anger, despair, things that we usually crown ourselves with. This then moves you to your subconscious tarot message, the Ace of Water. And you have here the Knight of Water. So you are definitely taking this gift from God, Source, Spirit, however you see it, divine, the universe, of love, of beauty, of peace, of healing. You also have the Magician, so you're definitely taking it. And you are finding yourself moving forward in it. You're also finding old pains, old hurts washed away. And you're freeing yourself. To go deeper into your subconscious tarot message is the Three of Emotions. You've had people in your life who you have trusted, who have let you down greatly, and you're afraid to trust again. And it can also be that you're afraid to trust yourself. How are you going to pick quality people? And you're finding yourself needing not to look at the mistakes that you have made, but the way that you are moving forward and the people that you have in your life, who you can rely on. And if you're saying, Dane, I don't have anybody, you have your angels, you have your spirit guides. They are moving with you and they are guiding you. All right, Leo, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of the positive energy, and a moving forward in our power, in our beauty, and in our truth. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and harmony, Leo.